Hey, welcome to another edition of Kyle Meredith with. It's the interview series presented by WFPK at WFPK.org, Consequence, and the Consequence Podcast Network. Thanks for making your way here for check out the series. You know what to do. If you like what you see, what you hear, hit that subscribe button. I put out new interviews just like this one every single week, so it's a great way to keep up with all of your favorite artists. You can also grab us in the podcast land: Spotify, Apple Podcast, NPR, WFPK.org, Consequence, or of course right here on YouTube for the video versions. Anywhere you get your podcast from, you can subscribe to Kyle Meredith with. That's me, Kyle Meredith. Today we're talking Zombies 4 on Disney. Milo Manheim back as Zed. We got Meg Donnelly back as Addison. We are introducing Malachi Barton as Victor and Freya Sky as Nova. Let's read about this. In the first three Zombies movies, Zed and Addison brought human and monsterkind together in their hometown of Seabrook. Now a new adventure dawns for the duo when their summer road trip takes an unexpected detour, landing them in the middle of yet another monster rivalry, Daywalkers versus vampires. Tensions flare when Zed and Addison find themselves acting as camp counselors between the two opposing supernatural factions, and with the help of Eliza and Willa, they must convince sworn enemies Nova and Victor to try to unite their warring worlds before an even greater threat endangers them all. We're going to hear about this new world. We're going to hear about vampires that don't suck blood. We're going to hear about creating daywalkers, and especially for Malachi and Freya coming into this franchise. Of course, with Milo and Meg, they also produce. They're executive producers. I want to hear about the responsibility they have. I want to hear about growing these characters and the music. Everybody's a musician. Everybody's a musician. So that spills over and includes game night as well. All of that and more as we talk Zombies 4. It's Kyle Meredith with Milo Manheim, Meg Donnelly, Malachi Barton, and Freya Sky.
Kyle.
Is that an Adidas poster in the back? Oh, no. Sorry. Never
We got
mind.
Prince.
It's a Prince poster, not an
Yeah.
Adidas. Now it's brain fog.
No, I can see where you get that from right there. I keep my angels
Yeah.
over my shoulder.
There we go. I love it.
Nice to see you both on here. Congrats on Zombies 4. Great to have you
Thank
back
you.
in this wacky little world. I'd love to hear from both of you on this one. I don't know if Meg, you want to start, but it's not the first time. Not only do you all start in it, but you also executive produce on this. I mean, I would imagine that you feel some like responsibility and ownership of these characters. How involved do you get on that side of things?
Super involved. I feel like Milo and I, during this entire franchise, we've always loved to talk creatively just about the whole world in general, because we're fans of zombies as well. Not just Zed and Addison, of course, but also just all the other characters and plot lines and all of that stuff. And I think this movie, we actually got to put that into action and actually, talk through things and try like everything. So it was really cool to put on a bunch of different hats with like casting and wardrobe and just everything that you could think of. It was just so cool to have some kind of say, or at least to know what was going on. Like even with the songs, like there's so many songs that aren't chosen, and like just hearing songs that like weren't picked and like why they picked the songs they did, like all of that. Like I knew it was happening, but just like to actually know about it all was just really fascinating. And
Yeah.
as fans of DComs, that was our era of, watching DComs on Friday night.
Prime time.
We also are fans of Disney Channel, so we know what fans want because we are fans. So
Yeah.
it was really cool to sprinkle that in there too.
Yeah.
What she said.
Well, I'll let you add on to that, Milo, and everything, because you get to grow these characters, which, how do you do that? Because I'm sure a lot of it's on the page, but at the same time, it is a wacky world. Like, how do you allow these characters to kind of grow?
Uh, well, it is a very weird world that we've created here. And I think that, that's kind of the beauty of it, is that everything's always changing. And when I started with this franchise, I mean, just like Zombies 1 to 2, I remember on Zombies 2 asking myself, like, what did I do on Zombies 1? How am I going to do the same thing? And I was just like, Zed lives in Milo. He's there. Milo's grown since the last movie, and so has Zed. So I think we just kind of allow where we are in our lives to, uh, you know, kind of lead our characters the directions they go. And also, it just kind of happens to work out that there's always parallels in your own life and the movie that we're shooting. But you had brought up like responsibility. I feel like in this movie now, especially being producers, we were like, we have to do this movie justice, and we have to. There were so many things that we were thinking about, but I mean, I think we just created such a good team of people. The story is great. We like checked all the boxes of things that were important to us, and I think just vibing out on set really gave us like the best thing we could possibly do. And it's a very fun movie.
Freya, you're coming. I mean, you're both coming into this a world that's been built up. It's got a lot of history in it. How do you come into this? Do you have to study up? Do you have to go back and rewatch all the stuff, or do you try to come in fresh?
Oh, definitely. I think as soon as I've always been a big fan of the zombies movies, but as soon as I found out I was going to be auditioning for the 4th installment of the franchise, I was like, let me just eat, sleep, and breathe the zombies movies, because I think along with getting a feel for the movie, it's also getting a feel for the style and the way that, you know, jokes are delivered and everything. I think there's so many small things that you can pick up on, like subconsciously when you just watch it so many times. So that was something that I did and really helped me. Just was watching the movies over and over and over again until I sent like myself tape in.
That's interesting that you would actually think about the style in that way, like matching it up.
Yeah, because I think zombies has such a distinctive feel to it. It's something that's like super fun and kind of magical, and I think now nostalgic. So it was something that I was kind of studying in a way, but it's great because my way of studying was just watching the movies, which is fun anyway. So I was like, yeah, that's what I was doing a lot of.
Yeah. Malachi, we've seen a lot of different kind of vampires before, but rare do we get to see the non-blood sucking kind.
I know.
How do you develop something like that?
Honestly, it's interesting because I mean, I think the blood sucking aspect of vampires is like kind of what makes a vampire a vampire. But I feel like the whole writing team and a whole creative team on this movie did such an amazing job of turning vampires into this like fun-loving, friendly type of creature, type of monster. And by kind of bringing in the idea of the blood fruit is kind of like it's cool, you know. It's the family-friendly version of a neck, if that makes any bit of sense. But it was funny. I remember when we were in the special effects office and they were having us try the blood fruits for the first time, and there were these little like boba. It was like boba type of things inside of it. It was actually really good, but
I didn't get to try it.
I know, so
I wasn't
sad.
there that day.
So sad. But I really do feel like they did a great job of, you know, turning specifically the vampires into not so much of a horror character where they normally are. But yeah, I love Victor, and I love what we did with him. So.
Do you still keep some of those old traits in mind at all?
100%. When I say like the family friendly, not so horror, I'm not fully dropping the like scare factor of them, because you know they're vampires. They still got to be a little scary. I mean, when you look at their outfits, they're dark, mysterious. You have the fangs. You have the black eyeliner around, which just gives it like the dark kind of smolder, and then the red hair along with the colored eyes whenever they like vamp out, I guess. There's still a lot of aspects of like an OG of what you think a vampire is, but you know, we're just, I guess, letting in a new idea of vampires.
You know, there's a nice setup at the end and everything. The potential for the continuing, like, I start thinking about what kind of monsters I want to see. Ghosts, I think, would be fun. Like, do you all have those conversations?
Yes.
We do, as a cast. We talk about it because I feel like there's endless things. I mean, obviously Daywalkers was something that was created as a part of the franchise. So whether it's going to be another one that we already have a kind of perception of in pop culture, or if it's going to be another made up one, who knows? I
mean, yeah, it's zombies has been all just expect the unexpected, and hey, maybe next year we're gonna have to sit back and just say, hey, you know, greetings to another monster, and just say what's up and learn to love them, and you know, the same old.
Yeah. Speaking of vibing out, everybody's a musician. Like, everybody's a musician. Which, by the way, congrats, Meg, on Dying Arts. That sounds great.
So much.
Like, does that boil over? Do you guys get to do that in the off hours with each other?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot. Honestly, Julian Lerner, who plays
100%.
Ray, he's a great guitar player. He's amazing. There's lots of dancing going on. There's lots of like, I make the cast like quiz me on vexology, like learning about flags and stuff, like on set. Anytime we're just having downtime, we always bring our own passions into just
A lot of
chilling.
games.
A lot of
lots
escape
of
rooms
games.
done down there.
Game nights
Yeah.
were a big hit. I
Seriously.
did that a lot, like charades. The running charades was
Yeah,
so
everybody
fun.
thinks that we're a very pranky cast. We're not. We're a very gamey cast. That's all we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Congrats on it, really, guys. It's great to see you all again. And thanks so
Thank
much
you.
for taking the time.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Kyle.
Thank you.
Good to see
All right.
you.
Thank you.
so
I
much.
appreciate it.
Lovely to meet you. Have a good day.
And thanks to my guest. Also, thanks to you for checking out the episode in the series. Before you get out of here, hit that subscribe button. Again, you get 3 brand new interviews every single week. New one every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at right here on YouTube, or of course anywhere in podcast land, including iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podchaser, NPR, or WFPK.org as well. A great way to keep up with your favorite artists and discover new ones as well. Then after that, actually head over to WFPK.org. That's where I do a show Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern. It's an hour full of song premieres, music news, anniversary spins, bonus interviews, Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern at WFPK.org. Consequence has your music and film news. You can also find me on the social media spots, Facebook, Instagram, mostly on Twitter. All 3 of them, the address is at Kyle Meredith. Do hope you like and follow along. That does it for another edition. I'm Kyle Meredith. I'll see you next time.